Sit back and relax, because we are continuing our journey. And on top of the mountain is a strong wind, and we gotta go down to set up a camp. Like a climbing up, going down also takes a lot of energy, because you constantly need to control movement and whole body, so you won't fall down. Near river, you can find this plant named cattail. You gotta find young plant, take it, and pull it out. After that, we need to peel leaves until you reach the soft core. It's edible and pretty delicious. There are plenty of vitamins in stem, as well as sugar and starch that gives you energy to survive. We can pick up more for later. The amount of protein decreases, and this time we will search it under rocks or ground. These are general worms. It has a lot of proteins and other useful substances. Before eating, we need to rinse worms, so all dirt comes off. Meanwhile, set a bonfire and put a rock on it. Where we gonna cook it? Actually, it isn't gross, especially if you eat it with a cattail. It can be different condition, and even if you cannot set a fire, you can eat still raw worms. It's even better, because a lot of vitamins disappear after thermal treatment. For setting up a camp, we chose small hill. It has a lot of trees that fell down. The shelter will be built between two trees. We need to clean a space for it. Getting small fallen tree, we need to divide it to parts. It will be way easier to do it with two close growing trees, and showing long stick inside, move it to side. Using long leverage, human strength will be enough to break a branch. Taking two half-a-meter pieces, put it at an angle on two trees. Finding long and strong stick, we need to put it horizontally to previous place. Now begins the long process of looking for straight branches. That needs to be put on the other side. We gotta find a large quantity and put it dense as possible. But it's not enough to be saved from precipitation. We gotta cover sticks with something else. First layer are branches from dried spruce. Put them above sticks. A fern was growing nearby, which will be second layer. Its leaf tightly stick to spruce branches. This shelter gives us at least a decent place from potential rain. Also, it could be mark our territory on perimeter. Also, we could mark our territory on perimeter of our camp to let wild animal know that this place is already taken and they cannot enter it. Under a shelter, put a thin layer of branches and drop a little spruce on it. Right here you can settle comfortably. If you have anything to lay down, it would be even better. Using fluff that we found in the previous episodes, we can start a fire. It makes a warm mood to our camp. And let's cook a food. If you need to break thick but dried sticks, you can just hit it to the rocks. It's time to cook mushrooms. Some you can eat raw, but it's better to do thermal threatening on fire. While you're eating mushrooms, something can eat you. They're always looking for fresh blood. Thin human skin, great place for mosquitoes' picnic. Some need a little bit of blood. Others eat a lot. Losing blood isn't the most worst case, but scratching after biting is horrible. On trees grow these kind of mushrooms. If you find and pull it out, it can get rid of predators. Cutting this piece of mushroom, we put above the fire and burn. Blowing coals. Mushrooms start smolder, emitting a lot of smoke. This smoke will scare off mosquitoes. The forest provides us with things to solve issues. You only need to know how to use it. We decided to boil rest mushrooms. That's how they will be more delicious. Almost all mushrooms in chemical composition are similar to mix of vegetables and meat. That's why they're very useful to our organism. Night is coming. We need to think about bonfire, which gives us light, warmth, and scare off wild animals. It was a good idea to get a file. Near our camp was a big fallen spruce. We had to clean a few meters from branches. Using a stick, conditional divide saves space to 3 parts. Making markings. Now place a file on a tree and start working. Cutting pretty thick tree isn't that easy, but if you do it with an axe, it would take even more energy and time. We need to take all 3 parts to camp. Make 2 thin logs. Where will we stand the bonfire? Now we need to get many dried branches and put it on the top. Crust of dried tree will be used as a shovel for moving coals to a big bonfire. Putting all this with the 3rd log, we need to blow coals. Spread flames throughout the bonfire. In our case, logs were pretty moist. That's why in the beginning we had to put more branches to reduce moisture. We want a drink, and here it will be useful to have greens that we picked up recently. In order to heat up a water faster, you can cover it. Place our grass into water. And make a great and delicious tea. In home, it would be pretty decent, but here in forest, it's a luxury. Our bonfire should light pretty long time, providing warmth and minimal light throughout the night. It's important to observe, so upper part burning throughout the place, guaranteeing more dense space between logs. In forest, getting darker almost an hour earlier compared to open space. Together with darkness comes some fear that we didn't experience in a day. Drinking a little more hot tea, we can go sleep. Hoping for a peaceful night. Hopefully it was a calm night and we didn't hear any wild noises and other sounds. Probably marked territory did a good result. Bonfire got died at night, but continued to provide warmth. It was a tough but unforgettable journey that will make us appreciate comfort of civilization and let us know that nature does not leave us alone. It gives us a chance for positive outcome, even in most hard situations.